Hello folks, my name is Mark. This is Why I Hate the World. How you guys doing? So, doing something a little bit different today. You get to see me and my incredibly messy office in the background here, right? So, YouTube kicked one of my videos for spreading medical misinformation, which is kind of BS because that video was about debunking medical misinformation, specifically about debunking COVID conspiracy theories and conspiracy theories about vaccines. The problem is that they use AI bots and stuff to review this kind of thing. And because if a human being would have reviewed my video, they would have seen that it was debunking this kind of stuff, right? They would have seen that, oh, obviously this guy's not spreading medical misinformation. And what it was is I put up a tweet about something, and the bot caught that tweet and thought that, this guy's spreading he's spreading this vaccine conspiracy. It's like, no, I'm debunking the vaccine conspiracy. And this kind of brings up a couple of points, a few things I want to talk about here, because, they have to use AI. They have to use bots and stuff like that because there's too much video for a human being to go through, right? And that's why I'm not really concerned about this, because it's happened a couple of times to me, and most of the time they restore the video. I mean, it's happened at least 3 times to me so far, and each time they've restored it after a couple of days, so not too worried about that. But what I am worried about is, well, here's the thing, right? First off, the AI sucks, okay? And this is ironic because I just made a video last week about how AI is going to change the world and, take away all our jobs. And I still stand by that. AI will take over and, put tons of people out of work. But there's no guarantee that it will do these jobs well, especially when it comes to things like content moderation. There's no reason to expect why the AI should perform any better than it does now. See, it's just going through and it's hunting for keywords, and it doesn't examine the context at all, or it's not capable of examining the context or whatever. And it's like, well, what makes you think it's going to do a better job than a person? But using the instance of YouTube, for example, there's too much video. There's something like 24 hours of video gets uploaded to YouTube like every hour. It's impossible for a human being to review all this. They have to rely on bots, and that's just the way it is. And so it's like, but it's kind of BS. That's the first thing I want to talk about. Second thing I want to talk about here, though, is, well, if these content platforms are going to enforce this kind of stuff, that's fine. I don't like it when people spread medical misinformation myself. I think it's great. But you should be able to talk about debunking medical misinformation. See, here's the thing, right? The reason why conspiracy theories are so prevalent out there on the internet now is because it's hard to debunk them. Right? It takes time to debunk a conspiracy theory. When I can just throw up a TikTok or something, a 30-second video, whatever, with this conspiracy theory, and then you can watch that in 30 seconds, and then if you want to watch another video debunking it that takes half an hour, which one do you think is going to get more widespread exposure? Well, it's the short form one, the one that takes 30 seconds to consume. That's going to spread around more, right? And so it makes it extra super doubly hard, right? When the AI is accidentally flagging the debunking video. It's like, well, because that's the thing. It's somebody out there, imagine some person, some young kid or whatever, right, who's vulnerable to this kind of stuff, who goes and sees a video talking about some conspiracy theory that has to do with vaccines or whatever. They don't know any better. All their friends and family and shit are spreading this video. They believe it. Well, if there's no information out there to counter the conspiracy, then how are they ever going to find the other argument? How are they ever going to find, oh, this conspiracy is BS, right? Here's the information debunking it. If you don't have that information available for them in the first place, then it just locks them in another echo chamber, right? So that's really a big concern, and that's really, I think, a problem. It's a problem when the content bots are flagging the debunking videos in the same rate as the actual conspiracy videos in the first place. It's like, are we just not supposed to talk about this subject at all? Am I allowed to talk about everything but, conspiracy theories having to do with vaccines? It doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem right, and it's not healthy. Right? Because this is what these platforms are for, is to have this type of rational discourse. Okay. And if you're just not going to allow that subject at all completely, I mean, it's their platform, YouTube, it's their platform. They could do whatever the fuck they want with it. I think that's bullshit, but whatever. So anyway, I'm not too worried about it. I'm pretty sure that a human being eventually will get around to reviewing my video within, sometimes it takes up to a couple of days, and it'll come right back up after that. And they'll take the strike off of my channel. Like I said, it's happened a couple of times. Big deal. This is just what happens with the process. In the meantime, I'm going to put the video up on Patreon, so if you want to watch it, it'll be there. I'll put it for free on Patreon. Hopefully, Patreon doesn't decide to flag it also. That would suck. And these are the things that we live with, because we live in a hell world where misinformation is easier to spread than the actual truth. What are you going to do, folks? Anyway, everybody, stay cool, stay safe. Please get vaccinated. Adios. Hello, folks. If you like what I do and you want to support the channel, please consider buying something from my Etsy shop, supporting me on Patreon, liking and subscribing, and checking me out across my social media links listed below. Thank you all so much, and see you next time.